Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden in corporate filings. Today we're diving into a proxy statement for Oruka Therapeutics. And let me tell you, this one is like trying to predict the weather a year from now, except with more financial jargon. Will they rise or fall? Let's find out. This proxy statement is basically Oruka Therapeutics, asking its shareholders how to vote on some important decisions. We're talking about electing directors, approving their accounting firm, and giving a thumbs up or thumbs down to how the company pays its top executives. Plus, they want to know how often they should ask for your opinion on executive pay in the future. It's like a corporate popularity contest with real money on the line. First up, it's time to elect some directors. These are the people who will be steering the ship for the next few years. The company wants you to vote for Kyle Damkowski and Peter Harwin. These guys have experience in healthcare and investments, so they're supposedly the right people to guide Oruka. Next, they need you to approve PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PUC, as their independent accounting firm for next year. Think of it as hiring the person who checks the company's math to make sure everything adds up. It's standard practice, but still needs the shareholder approval. Now, this is where things get interesting. They're asking you to give a non-binding advisory vote on how much they pay their top executives. This is known as a say-on-pay vote. It's like giving your opinion on whether the CEO deserves that corner office with a view. It doesn't directly change anything, but the board will consider your opinion. And finally, they want to know how often you want to vote on executive pay going forward. Should it be every year, every 2 years, or every 3 years? It's like choosing how often you want to weigh in on the company's spending habits. The board is recommending that you vote for the election of the 2 director nominees, for the proposals to approve the accounting firm and executive pay, and for a 1-year frequency on the executive pay vote. Basically, they're hoping you'll rubber stamp their choices. If you want to have your say, the annual meeting is on June 2nd, 2025. It's being held virtually, so you can attend from the comfort of your own home. Keep in mind that this document contains forward-looking statements which are basically guesses about the future. These statements are subject to risks and uncertainties, so don't take them as gospel. The board has determined that most of the directors are independent, meaning they don't have any relationships with the company that could cloud their judgment. This is important for making sure the board is looking out for the interests of all shareholders, not just the executives. The board has several committees that focus on different areas such as auditing, compensation, and nominating directors. These committees help to make sure the company is being run responsibly. The audit committee is responsible for overseeing the company's finances and making sure everything is above board. Christine Ball is the chair of this committee, and she's considered a financial expert, which is reassuring. The audit committee basically signs off saying they reviewed everything and it looks good. The compensation committee decides how much the executives get paid. Peter Harwin is the chair of this committee. The nominating committee finds and recommends people to serve on the board. Cameron Turtle heads this committee. Let's meet the team. Lawrence Klein is the president and CEO. Joanna Goncalves is the chief medical officer. Paul Quinlan is the general counsel, and Arjun Agarwal is the senior vice president of finance. These are the people who are actually running the company day to day. Alright, now for the juicy part, executive compensation. How much are these people making? Here's a quick rundown based on their 2024 summary compensation table. Remember, these do not represent the full year, but only after the merger. Lawrence Klein, the CEO, took home just over $520,000. To meet $110,000, and Triana Goncalves and Paul Quinlan each made roughly $3,000, and $300 is related to the merger. The company uses a peer group of other biotech companies to help determine how much to pay its executives. This is a common practice, but it's worth noting that companies can sometimes cherry pick their peers to justify higher pay packages. The named executives also get bonuses based on the company's performance. The amount of corporate achievement was 125% of the target based on their metrics. It's also worth noting that these executives have a significant amount of stock options and restricted stock, which could be worth a lot of money if the company does well. This section details the severance payments and benefits paid to the former executives of RK, including Michael Bristow, Thomas A. Kiar, and C. Jeffrey Decker. These payments were triggered by the merger and the termination of their employment. The company has a clawback policy, which means they can take back incentive-based compensation from executives if the company has to restate its financial statements due to misconduct. It's basically a way to hold executives accountable if they mess up the numbers. Let's look at who owns the company. Fairmount Funds Management is a big shareholder with about 20% ownership. FMR LLC, Fidelity, owns almost 15%, and Venrock Healthcare Capital Partners owns about 11%. Oruka has a relationship with Paragon Therapeutics. Peter Harwin, one of Oruka's board of directors, also is an employee of Fairmount, which has rights with Paragon's board of directors. Oruka licenses intellectual property from Paragon to develop drug candidates. Oruka has to pay Paragon milestone payments when certain development goals are achieved, as well as royalties from sales of approved products. According to what Oruka is reporting, everyone seems to have filed their forms on time. If you have ideas for the next annual meeting, you need to get those in soon. If you want to see all the filings, you can request a copy. Alright, that's the breakdown of Oruka's proxy statement. But what does it all mean? Could Oruka Therapeutics is a company in transition, with a new focus and a new management team. The company's future success hinges on developing novel biologics for skin diseases. The company needs to successfully advance its drug candidates through clinical trials, and that's not easy. The company could face regulatory hurdles, competition from other companies, and the risk that its drugs simply won't work. The company will need to raise more money in the future, and that could dilute the ownership of existing shareholders. There's no guarantee they can secure the funds they need. So where is Oruka going? It is hard to say. They are in a tough competitive sector, which is filled with both risk and potential for profit. Whether they'll discover the next big drug and whether the new team can execute remains to be seen. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which corporate filing you'd like to see decoded next.